This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on his own. I've got the man of the moment with me.
Come on, bro, you good?
Josh Kelly. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yourself?
Sound, mate. Absolutely sound.
I spoke to you last at the launch press conference for what is, of course, a massive show, a massive moment for yourself in your career. I guess you're kind of in that little bubble when they have the press conference and then we do the media day. When did it sink in that this is actually a huge night for you?
Nah, it hasn't. It hasn't. Nah, I'm just taking it in my stride, bro. I just think it's just meant to be. I'm just, it's another thing going to tick off. It's going to be a huge night and all that, but I sort of deal with things different, man. I just sort of just never really get too overwhelmed by things. I remember going to the Olympics and thinking, it's big, but I remember being there thinking, like, it was only after the event I sat back and sort of thought, Jesus, that was massive. But I was in it. It was just like another thing. Do you know what I mean? Like
really?
Similar to this, yeah. It was when I was in it, I was just weren't really thinking about it. When I sat back and looked back at it, and I watched a couple of fights and I watched a couple of memories from the like village and stuff. I think, Jesus, that was massive. But I feel like I'll always be one of them where I'm looking back for the experiences instead of like I've got to start trying to live in them a little bit more. But I am living in them just in my own way, just relaxed, chilled.
Yeah, I can't believe that. So you strolled up to the Olympics and was like, "Is this it?"
No, it was in my mind. I perceived it like that. Wasn't necessarily my reaction, but sort of like I was sort of like it is big, but I was sort of just taking everything in, just like I said, I'm permanently high or something like that. So I'm just like just chill.
I see you doing a little bit of a workout in the ring behind you. Obviously, you've got the Olympic rings tattooed just below your chest. What does that whole experience mean to you, and do you still use that, do you think, going into big fights as a professional?
Yeah, I did so many things wrong as an amateur and different things. Like leading up to the Olympics, quitting like the end of 2015 and ended up missing the first qualifiers. I was seeded number 1 for nearly missing, and then I got chose for the world qualifiers, went and qualified like last minute, and so many things. It was just sometimes it's a reminder of like, keep yourself fucking right, do you know what I mean? Keep yourself doing the good things and the right things. Like when I was a kid, I was just I was a bit mad. I just was trying to find myself. I truly find myself now, but back then I was just fucking mental.
What time in your career do you think it kind of clicked that you've got, I guess, I don't want to use the term both feet on the ground, but it kind of clicked and you thought, actually, I have found myself and this is where I belong and this is what I am destined to do? Was there like can you pinpoint one time?
After that loss? Yeah. It took a while after the loss, but after loss, when I come back and I just realised, like when I was away from boxing, you just forgetting about like this, do you know what I mean? And boxing's not everything. Like boxing's not who I am. I as a kid, I was scared so much, thinking boxing was my identity. Do you know what I mean? That's all who I was, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? It's just something I do, and I choose to do it. So it's like I can walk away from it anytime I want. It's something I fucking choose to do. So why do I get myself all fucking worried about stuff and that? So I just don't worry anymore. I just feel as though I'm just at peace with myself. It's just something I'm choosing to do to earn some money. So it's a cool experience, man.
Yeah. So I don't want to put kind of scenarios in your mouth, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I take it after defeat, perhaps going home, looking at your partner, looking at your parents, is that when it kind of clicks and you go, actually, they're so much bigger than me just getting in a ring?
Yeah, it's like, it's when you go back to the change rooms and like there's only a certain handful of people there, do you know what I mean? And you sort of think, I know, no one's fucking harsh, no one's bothered about you. Just like, and then you go,
the world keeps on spinning.
Yeah, like exactly. Win or lose, win, you get talked about for a few weeks, it moves on. Lose, you get talked about for a few weeks, it moves on, and then another fight materialises or you don't fight. It's just one of them, and like people put so much pressure on one thing, and it's just like, it's not that big, bro. Just don't deep it, do you know what I mean? Just don't deep anything too much. So we're all gonna fucking leave this earth one day, bro. One day, so might as well enjoy it while we're here, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it. Wednesday Wisdom,
yes,
CBK. I'm a fan. And you mentioned not thinking about things too much. I had a little chat with Adam in the office, and I said, as a trainer, obviously it might be different for you, but I said, as a trainer, will you take time at Wembley Stadium to look around and go, fuck? And he was like, nah, we don't turn up as tourists.
Nah.
You go there to do a job. So when there's something that big, I guess, are you not even thinking about 95,000, about Wembley Stadium, about Riyadh season? Your thoughts just what's going to go on in the four corners?
Yeah, just that's it. Like that's all what matters. Like I'm not bothered about anyone else. I'm just bothered about getting in there, doing what I do, getting out, getting home safe, and chilling out. That's all I want to do. Do you know what I mean? Watch some Yellowstone and bang into that. I need to finish the end of that season. I need to get the end of that season.
The important stuff. Although, what goes on in the ring is the most important. Wembley Stadium, 95,000 is really, really, it's an unbelievable feat for a fighter. I guess it must cross your mind a little bit. Just even as like a box tick, to say I've fought at the National Stadium.
I think it will after, I think it will after. Like when I sit there a few weeks after, or a few months after, I'll be like, fucking that was mad. Like now, a minute, I'm just like, I'm ready for it. It's like, if you told us this when I was a kid or when I was a few years back, I'd be like, what? Do you know what I mean? But like when you're just getting ready for something and you know that you're aligning with something and something's ready for you and you feel ready for it, then everything just comes at once and you just feel like at ease and sort of align with the process. You don't really need to sit there and deep too much after I will. A lot of my friends have been like, oh, Dad, look at this, I can't believe it. I'm like, yeah, it was 2 people in that ring, you know what I mean? 96,000 people kind of fight for you, or 95, whatever, so you're going to go in there and do your dance, and what's going to be is going to be, and then going to come back, I'm going to see shake everyone's hands, keep it moving.
I can see why your friends would be buzzing. I bet you've got a nice little mob going up for the fight.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having one of like my circle of mates. I can't imagine having one of the boys fighting at Wembley, like getting all together and like mini lads holiday type thing.
Yeah, it's mad. I've got a couple of guys on the team who's coming, who's like good friends of mine from back home in Sunderland, Dodgy and people like that. They're fucking top class, but they cannot wait. They're fucking absolutely buzzing. But I just keep myself nice and relaxed and at ease.
Yeah. Let's talk about sparring stories. We love them in the media. The fans love them. I guess as a promo, people love them as well because regardless of whether it was yesterday or 10 years ago, people will go, who was there for the sparring? What did you learn? What did they learn? So I'm going to ask you, what happened in sparring?
Well, I think we shared 2 10 rounds with each other. It was fine, mate. I enjoyed it. Got some good work. I didn't never ever really talk about it because it's totally different when you got little gloves on. Fight night, everything changes. Weight and weight, everything else, you know what I mean? It all has little effects, but from what I took from the spar I enjoyed it. I took confidence from it. So, but I mean, I think he mentioned, it's got little gloves on. Of course, it's different for you as well. Do you know what I mean? I've got little gloves on. My shots are coming sharper and harder, and I'm punching harder than ever now. So, there's a level of respect there with me and Liam, but obviously we're getting in the ring, got to get the job done.
You mentioned the level of respect, and I know you won't turn into what people would call a fanboy, but when you look at the career that Liam Smith's had, fought Canelo Alvarez, been a world champion, did you ever think your paths would cross? And the fact that they have, are you quite pleased about that? Because Liam is, let's get it right, quite a staple of British boxing of the last 10 years.
He's good. He's done well in his career. I remember talking to him after sparring, and I think he was saying to me, like, he didn't know how long he wanted to stay in boxing for, like in different things. He says, you're coming through and different things like this. So it was a good chat, but it was like mad that now he stayed in and the fight's materialised. So it is what it is. It's my time now. It's what it is. It's not about Liam's on the it's not Liam's done or Liam's this, Liam's that. I expect best Liam Smith on the night. I'm always expecting the best version of someone. How could I prepare? How would someone prepare for a bad version of someone? I mean, you must be fucking stupid. Like, I'm preparing for the best version of myself. So, yeah, I know that the best version of me turns up, best version of him turns up. It's going to be a great fight, and I'll get the win. But the fact that we're meeting now, it's just meant to be, meant to happen.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a brilliant fight. If I can ask you one more question, I know you won't give away the game plan that Adam has put in place, but how do you beat Liam Smith on September 21st?
I'll stand there and trade from the first round.